defend ourselves, if necessary.
I posted 2 security officers at the Defiance docking port, sir. No one will get near the cloaking device without us knowing about it.
I wasn't informed about any special security arrangements.
The security arrangements were by my request to protect the cloaking device.
A few introductions are in order. This is Sub-Commander Tarul from the Romulan Empire. She's here to operate the cloaking device which our government so kindly loaned us for this mission.
Romulan interests will be served through cooperation, and my role is to keep unauthorized personnel away from the cloaking device.
May I present my officers? This is Major
Thank you, but I know their names, and I'm not here to make friends. Charming.
Well, I am here to make friends. I'm Lieutenant Commander Michael Eddington, Starfleet Security.
Major Pyrenees.
Odo, Head of Station Security. May I ask what your function is here, Commander?
There will be a complete mission briefing at 1800 hours, but be prepared to depart the station at 0700 tomorrow morning. Dismissed.
You needn't brace yourself to give me unpleasant news, Commander. I'll save you the trouble. I've been relieved as Chief of Security.
Odo, wait. You've not been relieved. You're still in charge of all non-Starfleet security matters aboard this station.
What about matters that are Starfleet?
In those areas, you coordinate your efforts with Commander Eddington.
Coordinate is another way of saying I'll report to him.
I'm sorry, Odo. This wasn't my idea.
I'm sure it wasn't. You were just following orders.
An order I strongly disagreed with. I did everything I could to fight this. I even took it to the Chief of Starfleet Security herself. But the decision was final.
May I ask why?
There were some concerns about several recent security breaches.
If I was given the authority I asked for, instead of being tied to Starfleet regulations, there wouldn't have been any security breaches.
Odo, your resistance to following Starfleet regulations is part of the problem.
I think there might be a simpler explanation, Commander. I think Starfleet decided to bring in someone they could trust. Someone besides the shapeshifter.
This is not a racial issue, Odo. I understand how you must feel, and
Commander, I don't require your understanding. My resignation will be logged within the hour.
Hey, I thought you were in packing.
I am. I mean, I was. But I just kept looking at the replicator.
And you just had to have some Magnani and Spice Pudding.
You know, I still can't believe I couldn't get a decent bowl back on Earth.
That didn't stop you from ordering in every replicator you saw. So, is it good to be home?
Yeah, I can't wait to sleep in my own bed again.
Whew. I wonder when that happened.
What?
When did I start thinking of this Cardassian monstrosity as home?
I think it happened last Thursday. Around 1700 hours. When he took all of the stuff out of storage back on Earth.
Right. Careful. That's a 2,000-year-old Yoruba mask, and that stuff is one of the finest collections of ancient African art
you'll ever see. I know. I also know how much it means to you. But to me, this will always be the stuff in your library. At home. When you took it out of storage so you can bring it here, it meant that Earth wasn't home anymore. This was.
So, what do you think?
Perfect.
There you are. I just finished talking to the provisional government, and they want you to go with us to the Gamma Quadrant tomorrow to act as an official Bajoran representative.
I'm no diplomat.
I know, that's why they want you to go. If we do locate the founders, we're going to need more than diplomacy. We're going to need to size them up, see what kind of threat they pose to Beige, or analyze...
You're the military expert, Major, not me. And I doubt that the provisional government contacted you and asked for my presence on this mission. If I'm not mistaken, this is a misguided attempt to make me feel better.
Maybe it is. Maybe I'm your friend. And maybe I want you to see that you are still needed here, no matter what some idiot Starfleet admiral might think. The Defiant leaves at 700 hours.
A little confused, Commander. You want me to go with you to the Gamma Quadrant to help you locate the founders?
See? It's not so confusing after all.
You're joking with me, aren't you? Have a little fun with Quark.
I'm quite serious.
You can't be. I'm not a diplomat, or an explorer, or a tactical officer, or whatever else you might need on this trip. Now, if you need a caterer, I'd be happy to loan you a new replicator that I just got from...
8 months ago, you helped the Nagus establish a trade agreement with the Karma. To a very why, I believe. The Karma are part of the Dominion.
A minor part. A very minor part.
They might still be able to help us make contact with the founders. Since you're experienced in dealing with the Karma, it seems to me that you're the logical person.
Actually, my brother Ram did most of the talking. I think he'd be better suited for this mission.
Not Ram. You?
But why? Ram only has the sun to think about. I have a business.
You?
I'm sorry, Commander, but I must refuse. My last experience with the Gem Hadar was not a pleasant one, and I have no intention of repeating it. Now, there's no way you can legally force me to do this. Except on the Grand Nagus.
I had a chance to discuss this mission with him on my way back from Earth. He seemed to agree with me. Unless peaceful contact can be established with the founders, business opportunities and the Gamma Quadrant might suddenly dry up. He also agreed with me that you are the perfect man to help me.
I don't believe it.
Which is why he sent this along. He thought it might convince you of the high value he holds for the success of this mission. Now, are you going to defy the wishes of the Grand Nagus himself?
No, of course not. I'm happy to serve the Nagus any way I can.
Thanks, Quark. I knew I could count on you. Quark, aren't you forgetting something?
Ready at 0700 hours.
Is it past the Chief's inspection?
There's anything? His maintenance list is as long as this table. But he did say it will take us where we're going.
And back, I hope.
Well, he said that was up to you.
I'd never have volunteered for this mission if I didn't think we had a chance of coming back.
How many times did Curzon tell you never volunteer for anything?
As I recall, Curzon broke that rule a few times himself.
And regretted it every time.
This is different. I'd be regretting it even more if we just waited around for an invasion.
If I know Starfleet, they must have run at least 200 probability studies on this mission of ours. So what are the odds of us succeeding?
Slim. But better odds than fighting off a Jim Hadar assault on this station.